Hello everyone, Warangel here, and welcome back to the Caliphate of Araby campaign. Now last episode we didn't actually get much done in the sense of turn numbers, as we only did one turn, but we managed to get a few things done in that turn, which is the most important thing. If you remember, we managed to take the capital for the Arachnos tribe over here in Mount Arachnos using Sultan Jaffar's army, but most importantly, we took the Black Pyramid of Nagash over here from the Rakaf dynasty. Now we did fight a very easy battle to get it, luckily we only had a small garrison to deal with, but during the last end turn phase we had a massive counterattack with these two armies coming to attack us. Now, to be honest with you, they are pretty low tier. I mean, we could risk the fight, but last episode I did talk about coming out to attack them outside the settlement, and then I realized, why would we want to do that? We have a strong defensive position, I should say, in the Black Pyramid, with walls and everything. So why not just wait for a turn or two, wait and see what they do, and go from there? So that's exactly what we're going to do. Now before we head back and deal with the next part with Sultan Jaffar, I was told in the comments, was it a land? No, it wasn't a landmark building. It was mentioned in the comments of the last episode by Alva Wheel that, oh, wait, here, okay, I remember now. He said the main settlement had a unique landmark, and it was the occupied Pyramid of Nagash. I have not seen this before. At least I don't remember seeing it, but I'm not often down here in Hekara, to be honest. But ignore the quote where it says the towns of the Empire are walled islands of civilization. But it does provide a nice little garrison. I mean, look at some of these as we go higher up. Flying carpets, war elephants, those powerful nomad bowmen, 2 bombards. Wow. Okay, that's good to know, But we will leave them there. If we go back now to Jaffar, and just click, this is him. While we did take Mount Arachnos, we still need to defeat the last remaining army here by the Springs of Eternal Life. So let's just see if we can chase them down. There is that chance they might move away, and if they do, that's going to be it's not going to be annoying. It's going to be nice and easy. We'll auto-resolve. Now, by the way, I do apologize if you hear my mouse click during the video, more than usual maybe, but it's dropped my mouse and it's been a little stiff now, so I'm going to have to push a bit harder in order to actually get it to recognize sometimes. I thought it broke the first time, it's only because I lightly click on it usually, so I'm just pushing harder than I usually do. But anyway, let's pardon the captives, let's take a bit of extra cash, and we got the Scroll of Amber. Now, to be honest, I'm sure this is useful for some people, but I've never liked it. As you can see, it's just a spell that absorbs leadership, but it doesn't do much in my opinion. Anyway, Arachnos tribe has been defeated, that was the main point. And if we go and force march, I don't know why you did that, game. Let's start marching back over here. Now our next target is going to be the dwarves of Clan Zorn down here at Karak Zorn. But like I talked about last time, we kind of want to try and keep the bowmen of Orion on our side. So I want to get them down. In fact, let's just ask him to come down this way. We'll force march, but don't forget we're in our own territory, and with our replenishment rate, we'll be able to be back up to full strength by the time we get... Oh no, hang on. No. I forgot, we've got a massive army sitting right beside Mount Arachnos. It's been a weird week for me. I'm still trying to keep up with things, to be honest. But anyway, that is the armies moved around. Alabas is there. Reza is still recruiting his war elephants. And so all we've got left to do is spend some of our money. Now I was also reminded that I need to continue and finish building upgrades for buildings. So if I could actually go to here, isn't it? Provinces, thank you. And go here. The Land of the Dead, wow my god. That's nearly making double the coast of Araby. That's mad. I mean, I know it's got the gold mine and everything, but wow. Okay. Right, well, let's spend... Oh no, hang on. Ugh, I keep starting one thing and moving to another today. But if we went back to the Wizard Caliph's palace, we finished upgrading the main settlement. Yes, we did. which means we can now get the Palace of the Great Sultan, which has all those fantastic bonuses for the Arabian Guard, and 500 gold. Yeah, it provides 3 garrisons, okay. 8 turns, we'll get that started now, but if we go back to the Land of the Dead, we'll just continue upgrading this as much as possible in terms of economy. I will get defenses, we'll build salt works. Do we need any more from here? We do need to upgrade the ports. But we can't do much else about the city itself until we actually get the city upgraded. It's actually going to be 7 turns. Right. Okay, we'll keep that. We've got 2,800. If we go back now to the coast of Araby. We've got one more turn until we can recruit giants. That would be pretty nice. And we get an extra couple of 100 gold. Let's go Eastern Bazaar. We'll get the trade resource for spices, so that will be handy. Get research. Now, we did finish last time, didn't we? The, oh, Christ, what was it? This one, the Kitab at-Taswif, which gives us extra casualty replenishment. So, what do we want to go for next? Savage Ways for Nomads? Not so much. Runic Studies? Oh, 15% cooldown. Grab it. We got damage building. Why do we... Oh, yeah, because of this. Right, I forgot about that. I'm not going to bother doing anything right now, because one, we can't afford it, but also because where they are, they might come back up and attack Sudenburg, and that would just be money wasted. So we'll leave that, and just see what the next turn brings. Right then. Now, something I hadn't noticed until this previous end turn phase was Talrock's the Brass Bull is actually around down here. Like, I noticed that the Cursed Jungle had gone, but I wasn't really paying attention to the end turn phases, to be honest with you. So occasionally I do check my phone if I get a text in that. But yeah, Talrock's the Brass Bull is down here near the Temple of Skulls. He's gone into a hidden encampment, so we can't actually see it, but I didn't realize he actually featured in the Vortex map. That's pretty cool. Volatile Vortex, speaking of vortexes. Ooh, that's going to be annoying. Don't forget, I believe we have a bit of an issue with miscast chances being higher because of the mod we're using, so that could be fun. But the most important thing that happened during the end turn phase is one of the Rakhov Dynasty's armies disappeared back to the Black Tower. So we're going to attack from the Black Pyramid to go after them. Let's upgrade Kadir first. Might as well go for the experience while he's here. I am going to focus on your weapon strength, I think. Well, we've got 2 points actually. Let's go increase mobility, because we haven't done that with a character yet. And we'll go for shoot to kill. We'll go for that. And let's see now. This was the weaker of the 2 armies. So let's go and attack it. Even then. Really? I mean, don't get me wrong, I understand, like, these guys are Gold Chevron, right? They are pretty experienced. But at the same time, they are crap compared to what we got at our disposal. Well, I can't risk that balance bar, so I'll see you guys down there. Welcome everyone to the battlefield. Now, the enemy have deployed over the sand dune in front of us over here, and if we zoom back up a second, you can see they've gone for a very, very wide formation. So it's something I'm bearing in mind with my own deployment. I've stretched out my Arabian Guard as much as possible and set the army up in general down here in this section of the map, so we can have access to the reinforcements that came on. Now, admittedly, as you can see, there's not exactly many of them, but we're bringing them over to our left flank just to try and secure this section here a bit, along with the flying carpets. Now, this may be our main front line, but I have taken the advantage of many of my troops' ability to do vanguard deployment to scatter some of my forces around. So over here in the tree line, for example, we've got our behemoth Scorpion just waiting for an opportunity to come and attack. And over here, we've also got access to our 2 Camel Riders hiding in the tree line, ready to try and go after some of the enemy's archer units. Now, to start things off, admittedly, I didn't know if they were coming to attack us, because we are the attackers in this battle, and since we don't have access to siege equipment, it could be a bit 50-50. But luckily for me, the AI has decided to come and attack us, and is bringing their entire army in a very, very wide formation, with 1 or 2 units actually sort of hovering back, which is quite good for me. Now, the only slight hiccup in this point of the battle is the fact that these 2 units here spot my Scorpion. Now, I was aware that they were getting closer and closer, and I did try to start moving my Scorpion back, but they do get close enough nevertheless that they do spot it. And as soon as I tried thinking, oh well, I'll move it back a bit more, just to try and get out of movement, it decided to come and attack it. But luckily, my Scorpion is much, much faster than their troops are. In fact, here we are. So I did pull him back a little bit, thinking that would be enough. Wasn't. So we started pulling him back, and he's going to start making a nice sweep around, outflanking these and giving me a nice opportunity to do some rear attacks later in the battle. But while that's happening though, I do try and help things out a little bit. I've sent my Kamar over here. I spied this unit of swordsmen that are just sort of hovering in the back. Spearmen, of course, are just marching forward here. That's fantastic. But these guys are quite vulnerable, so I thought, let's try and deal with them, shall we? So 1 fireball has been sent straight towards their rear, and then we're going to be sending the Kamar over here just to try and keep these guys busy. It's going to take a long time to actually deal with them, much more than I thought it was going to, but it's one of those things. Now at this point, the skirmish phase is starting to fire. We've got my nomads firing into their bowmen. They're not doing as much damage against my Arabian Guard as my bowmen are doing to theirs. But one thing I wasn't aware of for quite some time is that my my own dervishes are going to start getting attacked pretty soon because I wasn't paying attention to them. But one of those things. Now over here I've started sending my men into position to attack the enemy. I want to try and engage as many of them as possible, given that they outnumber my troops quite a bit. So they're charging forward. We do have their commander here, the Tomb King, I think his name is Hakor, coming in to attack, but I ended up sending my own, my Assar to go and deal with him. And this is another reason why I wanted them to try and engage in a fairly straight line, so we could send in the Serpent Jinn to do a ton of damage to the enemy unit in the center here. Enough that we could skip through quite a few of their incarnations. And as you saw right here, they actually summoned in a unit of Ushati. Now they're not the only one who gets to summon in their own units though. If we head to my right flank, not only do we have the ogres coming in, but we also summon in some Chaos Spawn, and they're going to be doing quite a good number against the 2 spearmen regiments here. I've also got my camel riders making their way slowly into the battle. They're not as fast as normal cavalry, I think, so that hasn't really held things out too much, but I'm bringing them over to try and deal with the archers here. Now my Sheik has decided to get involved as well. He managed to push out after we wiped out all the survivors from the centre here. Annoyingly though, for me, while my Assar was actually dealing with the Tomb King, with the Ushati, I was still taking a ton of damage from him, as well as the other ones. So what I ended up doing was taking quite a few casualties from these guys, but I did bring Arabian Guard units to try and help deal with them, and we got the dervishes who have taken quite a few casualties simply because I had them hanging around. So that one didn't help out too much. But bowmen are now coming to deal with... my camel riders are coming to deal with the enemy bowmen. The others are coming around to outflank in order to try and do some weird charges. My Scorpion has arrived, and we do have all those reinforcements just trying to hold back the spearmen. But at this point, it is pretty much over and done with. These guys are going to start taking quite a few casualties. They're starting to crumble right now, even as we speak. We had my wizard here, casting spells throughout the battle, just healing up my troops as much as possible when I remember to do so, and casting the occasional Awakening of the Woods. But it's not really needed now. We've defeated their lords, which is good enough now. The enemy is going to start crumbling quite dramatically. And it's one of those things when you fight the undead that very quickly the army is like, oh, the army is entirely gone. Like you already see over here, we've pretty much dealt with those units of spearmen right here. We've got other ones just sort of hanging around, but they are starting to slowly go down much more quickly now. So already that army unit's defeated, that one's all defeated. And I think we just got the last one happening over here with that... there we go, the Spearman Regiment that's been dealing with my reinforcements. And just like that, a decisive victory. So we now defeated one army completely with very few casualties from our side. So this we're going to have to see if we can push the advantage or see if we can go after them. But anyway, we'll go back to the campaign map. I'll see you guys back there. So there you go, guys, a decisive victory and one army completely eliminated. Now, do we want to pardon the captives? Well, technically there's none left, but we will do it for the bit of extra cash it gives us. And we picked up a Scepter of Stability. What does that do? Plus 44% magic resistance. Okay, that could come in handy. But most important, we managed to defeat that army. We are in a position where we can't quite push out yet, because I'm still waiting for that unit to replenish. But let's send out our Mustafa here and just see what's going on at the Black Tower. Okay, 2 armies to deal with. Right. Here I found Meseb has actually got an interesting army. He's got Shabdi, chariots and the like. This one's probably a bit easier. And what's the garrison like? Ooh, it's going to be a tough one. Bugger. I could do with my allies helping me here, but it's not likely to happen, is it? And we don't have lightning strikes, so we can't even eliminate one army at a time. Well, we can't do much right now. I'd want this army to replenish, so we shall wait a couple of turns. In fact, yeah, we'll wait a couple of turns. While that's happening then, we're going to grab Sultan Jaffar. He's got one more turn until he's back up to full strength too. And then, yeah, we'll sort out the dwarves then. So, I'll tell you what, let's actually move you for the moment back to here. There we go. And if we go back to Kemri, let's just finish upgrading this quickly. So we'll get the Merchant's Wolf for 4,000. The defenses... Ugh. To be honest, while I'm going to be focusing a bit more on the economy, I don't think the defenses are necessary right now. So if we leave that, and we'll instead, go for our next one, which was our home one, the Coast of Araby, that's jumped up in money now, wow. No doubt because of things like this being built, the Slaver's Bay being done, and stuff like that. But if we upgrade that, and that, again, walls will be okay. Next turn we'll upgrade the Carpenter's Atelier. And let's set up. How much money is it going to be for my Giants now? Giants. Ah, here we are. Oh wow, only 2 turns. Okay. Well, I'm going to queue up another War Elephant, because I like to have at least, well, I think 6 will be a good front line. And then we can always add all the other ones we can get our hands on, like genies, scorpions, and things like that. So we'll definitely go for that for the moment. In fact, let's just go out there right now and order them up. We're going to order another 2. There we go. That'll do. Right. And we still got plenty of recruitment available. Got 4,000 left. What's our next region? The Land of Assassins. Okay, what can we get from here? That's going to give us money. We still got that being built. Probably be best just go for another Slaver's Bay. I mean, we can also upgrade this as well. There'll be 3,000. I am asking for extra slaves to be sent here, so yeah. Let's grab our hands on the slave traders. Just for that boost. We'll upgrade this as well. And then anything in Land of the Dervishes. What happened to the other army? It's not around. If I had to guess, I would say there might be an army here at the Plain of Tuskers. But it might mean it'd be worth me trying to repair it. For 2,000. Okay, maybe not right now. And if we had 100 gold more, maybe. One sec. Not this one. If I pop onto here, Bowman of Orion. You are willing to trade with me. Are you willing to give me a small bit of gold if I do this? Please? Fantastic. Alright, so we got enough gold now to just finish upgrading... Sorry, El Galabad. Might as well at least repair the town. There we go. I still can't do that yet, although it does say we haven't got enough gold. Fair enough. Okay, Saif Baba. What am I going to give you? Jin's protection. Let's give you public order for now.
Show me the accused.
You can just hover around here for the moment. Still got the damage building now. Assigned skill points. Alabas. And give you the Crescent Amulet. Ugh. To be honest, that's not really needed. I know it's a unique item, but he's not being used for magic, so it doesn't really need it. That might be a little better to give him, but... Ooh, summoned Unchained Infants of his own, and a Griffin, if we don't want to go for another elephant. I think it might be cool for him to actually get a Griffin this time. Machinator? Okay. Alright, I'm going to go for another point in Sultan's Royal Armory. And then I'm thinking... Oh no, I'll tell you what we do. Let's go for Lightning Strike. You guys know how much I like Lightning Strike. We will give you... Iron Disciplinarian for the moment. Right, let's see what that does. Well, that was interesting. So we got another army that's attacked the Black Pyramid. I didn't get a... Excuse me, I wasn't double-clicking on you. Okay, this army might be a little tougher to deal with than the previous one. As you can see, they got chariots, they got carrion, they got Ushabti, and they got Tomb Guard. Right. Well, one thing I actually forgot to do, and I forgot because it's rare thanks to advice I was given and my own experiences, to get military allies. But we are military allies with the Prospectors, and they are at war with the Arakef dynasty. So if we actually ask these guys nicely to come, and I think this is the one... If they're willing to come and attack this army here, this is the army that's... Yeah, this is the army that's actually outside the settlements. So they might consider coming in, attacking, and clearing things up quite nicely for me. But we'll let them get on with that for the moment. We'll probably have to fight this army again. This time, no, we're not going to have our commander here, Mustafa, join us. But we're also now in a position to go after the dwarves. Okay, okay. Oh, and there's Tarwoks, actually. Right, let's have a look, see what we can do here. So Jaffar, can we actually go to war? Let's pop onto diplomacy. Boom, right. We use you to go to you. You are still at war with the Top-Knots tribe, that's fantastic. So if we speak to you guys... We have got a pretty hostile relationship with them, but are you willing for us to help you out by going after Clan Zorn? They are. Can we get any money out of them? I doubt we can. Right, that plan worked. So if you haven't seen it before, guys, it's a common thing in Warhammer, and for the Total War games in general, that if you want to avoid bringing your enemy's allies into a battle, then into battle as well, then what you can do is actually offer to join in a war of your enemy's enemy, because that way then you get to join the war, but you don't have to necessarily worry about their allies joining in, unless they decide to do so on their own initiative. So what that means is that we can now go and attack the dwarves, and the bowmen are not going to do anything to stop us. So we'll do this. We'll kill off this army pretty easily. Like so. Alright, pick up all of these. Okay. Now what's going to be the most quickest way down to Carrick Zorn? It'd probably be just going through the mountains itself, isn't it? But we will be taking attrition if we go that way. It would be just as quick if we go this way. Especially if we can. Speak to these guys quickly. Are you willing to give me military access? No. But since we got the extra cash, let's offer you as another gift. And so I want to keep these guys on side as much as possible, so we will do this. And anyone else we can try and at least get a trade agreement with? Got so many people.
Captain of Scout, let's get on with this.
Non-aggression?
Important matters to... No way.
No? Fine. Gold, Wrath of Nature, Top Knots, Corsairs. Right, okay. It was worth a try, but at least we got an opportunity there now. Now, as for you guys, we need to upgrade you both. So we have finished your spells. Let's give you now... Do you want Flesh to Stone or to do hit point replenishment? Dwellers Below will also be a very useful spell to cast. Does a fair bit of damage and thing, but we only got 1 point. Let's go Flesh to Stone. I think that might be a better option here. Alright, you can also be done as well. Let's continue giving you a Shoot to Kill. Now, admittedly, we can't use Mustafa now, but if we ask him to attack the army, can he...
I refuse.
Failure. Bugger. Okay, that's fine. We can upgrade him at the moment anyway. He's been working on that. We'll give you some more points in Deadly Blade, and then we're going to start another fight. Unless, I suppose, we do have the opportunity to try and do it defensively. How much time do we have? How could I find that out? I'm having a moment. How do I find out if they're laying siege? Okay, I know that. Oh, here, why? It's right in front of me. So we do have the mod that does change it around a bit. So we do have, in theory, 20... Is it 27? 22? Can't tell because the bloody flag's in the way. 23 turns before they want... Oh, there you go, okay. I think we got a fair bit of time. We'll be okay. We'll be okay.
It is time.
Alright, Baba, let's have you help out a bit. Let's just go and attack some units. Or, for some reason, travel all the way over there. Right, you can do that. Sudenberg, we will upgrade you now. That army I thought of the Radcliffe dynasty had actually reappeared up the Black Tower. That's why there's two big armies here. But we also got the Children of Talakwa that have arrived. Are we able to... No, we're not able to actually get... Then let's offer you a gift. We got the cash. 6,000. That might come in handy. I mean, if he's willing to come up and fight at the Black Tower, that's going to be useful. Winky here. Alright, instead, let's continue. What do we need for this? 10,000, right. That's all upgraded anyway. Let's go back to our province screen. Land of the Dead. Everything's fine. Land of Assassins. Let's upgrade that. Land of Dervishes. I did tell it to repair, didn't I? Yes, I did. Okay. The last thing I want to do is accidentally tell it to delete. Alright, we'll upgrade that as well. Don't have enough money for that? That's fine. Okay then. Let's try and get one more turn in before we bring the episode to an end. Now, during that in-turn phase, we didn't miss out much, although we have got a bit of an advantage now. Unfortunately, we did lose Outlaw Aggression Pact with the Children of Talakwa, but the Radcliffe dynasty sent up 2 armies to the Pools of Despair, and their armies got defeated. So now the Black Tower of Arkhan is very undefended. Now, what I'm tempted to do is maybe ask these guys to come down and give us a hand. The only thing is, let's be honest, we can either 1, wait for some allies to come down and help us here, or 2, we can try and push out and attack it ourselves. Because bearing in mind, our armies are not going to get any more replenished. This is what we've got. And we're also actually potentially going to lose troops once our supplies run out. Now, if we attack right now, it's given us a 50-50 chance. I mean, the garrison hasn't got much better, to be honest. But my troops are still superior. The Arabian Guard are fantastic troops for this fight. Now, the only issue I think we're going to have, really, is dealing with... I mean, the Tomb Guard aren't so good against my troops. But I think what's going to be an issue is dealing with the chariots. because they are anti-infantry, which is what we got a lot of. But if we can use, for example, the ogres, our Kimar, as well as some of the other units like the Behemoth Scorpions, we might be able to deal with those relatively easily. The Shati we'll just have to deal with, but again, Arabian Guard have got the main advantage here. I think it would be better if we can, for this battle, if we actually come out and attack it right now. The only other issue, though, is depending on how many casualties we take, we might not be in a good position to go after the Black Tower, given what they have at their disposal in terms of troops. We will attack it, but I think we're going to wait actually until the next episode. That way then we can start things off with the battle itself and then go and attack the Black Tower, hopefully in the same turn. Yeah, not too concerned about these units in particular, but the garrison is going to be a pain to deal with. Oh, I didn't realize I actually built the Black Tower. That's not going to help out too much. But we'll leave that. Is there anything else we want to do in the meantime? We will bring these guys down south. Once we get to Castlebar, we'll switch over to normal stance so they can actually start attacking. Bear in mind as well, they do have lightning strikes, so it should be pretty straightforward going after these armies. Does Karakzorn... Karakzorn doesn't have that good a garrison either. Okay. It's mainly just dealing with all these longbeards that they're recruiting. Okay. That's fine. Alright, but we've got that. Anyone else to move? Baba, let's get you just practicing a bit. Go after the Slayer. There we go. Extra room chance. Perfect. You can help out a little bit by trying to attack this army. A success this time. It didn't do a lot of casualties, but it did... He managed to kill 6 Yushan. I mean, look at it from this perspective. He's managed to kill 6 Ushapti, because that's normally 16. In one attack, he's done that. He's killed, what, 59 spearmen, 1 or 2 tomb guard, some more spearmen here, another 50 warriors. I mean, he did a lot by himself. Well done to you, Baba. We'll take a moment just to quickly go through these, so we can just fight the battle and then skip to the next turn. So let's have a quick look. That's fine, we'll upgrade this now. This is fine, we will upgrade that now. Excuse me, game, thank you. Right, there we go. Slowly getting there with doing all the upgrades. I know we've still got like the shifting sands and down this to deal with. But it's going to be one of those things. We will be buying this as soon as we get the opportunity to do so. In fact, 36, it's going to improve to 56. And like I said, we need to just get a relationship of 50 in order to be able to buy it. Oh. Our military action and the war we have at the moment with Clan Zorn, in total, only plus the hero actions. That's only -6. Wow. I mean, we've got much more bonuses for fighting with the Warcraft Dynasty in that. I'll take it. Right then, guys. Let's end it here for now. What we'll do next episode, like I said, we'll start things off with fighting this battle at the Black Pyramid. I may wait a turn depending on the casualties we take in order to replenish a bit before we go after the Black Tower as well. What we could potentially do, though, is we could try and bring in a smaller army, start marching it down to help reinforce. In fact, I like that idea. Let's cancel the war elephants for the moment. We'll let them rest up one turn. Yeah. No, actually, let's just do this. We're going to force march right now, so we can get down into position in order to try and help out next time. We'll fight this battle. We'll then take the army here then to go and attack the Black Tower. We'll bring in these guys then in the following turn as reinforcements. Between the two of them then, I think we should be okay. But like I said, we'll find out next time. So, anyway guys, thank you very much for watching today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it, and you do join me next time, of course, for some more Warhammer. But until then, everybody, take care, stay safe, and goodbye for now.